What's up, guys? It's Traxxas Mike here. Today I'm going to show you how to put this center diff onto a 1/10 scale Traxxas Rally. Take your 2mm screw, take your 2mm hex wrench, and take that one screw out there, and you remove your motor cover. Once you got your motor cover out, to two more screws, this one and this one. Those are 2.5mm hex. Then you get around to the flip to the bottom side of your car, and you want to take out that bolt and that bolt, same size, 2.5mm hex. The two screws on top are the shorter ones. The two screws on the bottom are the longer. Now once you got the two screws out of the bottom and the two screws out of the top, you just pick your back end up and kind of just give her a little jiggly back and forth, and it should come apart just like that. Sit your back end off out to the side. This is what you need, this side here. Now, pulling out your old spur is easy. Slide her right on out. Alright guys, now what comes in this, part number 6814, differential kit center, complete. What comes in it? This looks like you got some instructions. Slash 4x4 differential instructions. Now it probably don't even say in the instructions for a rally, but it's still going to work. Trust me. Alright, so we do have a bag of new screws. That's always nice. Here is our center diff. Just like how the X-Max and stuff is. Yeah. I don't know what kind of fluid it's got in there, but we're going to try the stock. It feels pretty thick. Thick enough for this rally. And then we have 3 different spur gear combinations we can choose. And it gets us out of that 48 pitch. Man, I've been tearing up gears in this rally ever since I put it brushless with the 48 pitch. So I'm glad we're going to the different pitch here. So alright, yeah, we have a 50, a 52, and a 54 tooth that they send with the kit. So that's kind of cool. Alright, enough waffling around. Let's get to it. Guys, now I did get 6893X. It gives you a bearing in this sleeve. I think it's an adapter for the rustler. If this don't quite fit right, well, I got it anyway, just in case it didn't work when the rally. It's only a couple bucks. And what it actually did is allowed me to keep this bearing and stuff and all that together, and I can just use this instead. The new bearing out of there. So I think that this spacer here may come into play with something different than what I have today. So I won't need to use that, but I am going to utilize this bearing for the couple bucks that I did spend. So yeah, I think that'll just slide right in here, like so. Slide your bearing in, like so. Then this, I did go ahead and loosen up my set screw, so I can adjust that if it needs to be a little bit longer or whatever. I'm going to just push this in while I spin the drive shaft a little bit to make sure these splines line up. Just like that. And then I also want to make sure back here that my bearing is, my center diff is going in my bearing good. Yeah, I like it. But I do think I want to slide this up a little bit. See, that's why I loosened this guy here up. That's why I loosened this guy here up. because I don't want a lot of them splines showing. And if it was slid all the way back, it'd show all them splines. So I'll probably move it up about halfway and then relock tight. Alright, next thing you want to do is get into your little gear bag here, your little bolt bag. Get your 3 little button heads. Now this goes on only one way. You see how it's got the indentations? They go in this way, so that'll kind of got a little bit more rigidity to hold all that power back. Okay, now this is going to be metal screwed into plastic, so no use for Loctite. 2mm. And get your gear installed. Get your gear installed onto your center diff here. I'm not using the power tool whatsoever because I do not want to strip out the plastic on this brand new $40 item I just bought. So no power tools being used on this for me anyways. Alright, get them snug, just barely. And I'm going to go around and finish tighten them to every one because I just snugged them up. I want to finish tightening them all at the same time so it's not crooked on there. If you understand what I mean. And then once that's together, pop the back end of your rally, your rustler, or your slash. Get that lined up. Remember, you might have to spin your dry shaft or your front tire or something to get them splines there to line up. And don't forget, that bearing, see right now mine is not pressed into this plastic piece. That bearing will press into this. You won't be able to see it if it's in there. Make sure that's in all the way as well. Okay, you can see my bearing is all the way in because you cannot see it, and it's not just because the lighting's bad. And this is all the way in with just a little bit of them splines showing. I think when it was stock, even a little bit more than that showed. So I think I chose the perfect amount to move that on my shaft. Now you don't have to do that. I just noticed I could adjust mine a little bit more. And with having all this power, you want to get as much surface area together as you can. Alright, so I'm going to throw this in the old toolbox for if we need it some other time. Spur gear to spin it. Alright, once you got your gear picked out and you got it on your center diff, you slide the center diff back up in. You got to change your motor pinion too. You will have to have a pinion if you're putting it on a rally because it comes with a 48 pitch and you're changing over to the, I think it's a 32 or 38. To this pitch anyways. I had some, most people will have some. If you don't have any, it's just nice for you to know that, hey, you will have to get a new pinion. Okay. Then it's just reassembly. Right now I've already Loctited the set screw of the pinion off from camera. You wiggle this a little bit, and I usually rotate a front tire because in turn it will then spin your dry shaft around. And it'll line your stuff up in the back. Get that on. Alright. And then you can tell if you're on all the way by looking right here. It's all the way together. It's on all the way. So, remember the longer screws go in on the bottom. Finish them off by hand, almost always. You can see it. Pull it tight. Alright, back to here. One's up top here. 1.5 millimeter. Ooh, see, I got that one. Just started to hit the snugging point, but that's okay. Finish this one off by hand. And that one too. Okay, now I've already got this Loctited. My grub screw. My new grub screw there. That little spot there. Hooks right there, and then it just pivots. Got that on there and in place. It should pivot up and down like this. Now this one is not pivoting very far because I have a great big pinion on here. It's a big one. I think it's like a 23 tooth or a 22. But yeah, so that ought to be interesting. So yeah, I don't have much. My motor won't move back and forth very far with that great big old pinion on there. Okay, so once you got that in there, you get your a lot of people, and even some people that carry Traxxas vehicles have been saying you don't have to Loctite this bolt because it's got a locking nut, you know, a nylon nut that will hold it on tight. But I've had it come loose. I don't know if it's always been that or been this, but I ain't taking any more chances. So what I'm going to do, I got this medium strength Loctite stick. Loctite quick stick 248. I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I like to just go like this, and if you look, it packs it all right in threads. Rub it back and forth and it'll just fill its own threads, and then I'm going to put that in. So it's got the nylon lock nut working for it and this medium strength blue Loctite. So hopefully it won't be too hard to get off when it comes time to changing gearing, or you know, if I tear something up again or or whatever. That's why I chose the blue, because the red sometimes can be a little harder to get off when you have to apply heat, and there's quite a bit of plastic there to be applying heat crazily. So yeah. Alright guys, everyone, you get that last screw there, you get that tightened up, you get your motor mesh set. I usually like my motor mesh to have a little, you can hold the one gear and then, well, I just like that tiny little bit of slop in there. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the camera, but yeah, that's on. Then the last piece here, your gear cover. You move back to the 2mm for that. Get that guy down there in place. Tighten the one final screw. It is done. And I do recommend, you know, rolling it, making sure it's not sounding too horrible or anything like that. So, alright guys, there's how you put a center diff in a Slash, a Rally, or a Rustler 4x4.